A robust classroom discussion is supposed to be a free-flowing exchange of ideas. In reality, it looks like a traffic jam. Voices overlap, trains of thought collide, and the loudest speakers consume the available oxygen in the room. Traditional verbal debates suffer from three primary bottlenecks. Frequent interruptions break the flow of logic, and students lack processing time to handle complex ideas. Finally, extroverted personalities often dominate the space, regardless of the quality of their input. Now, this creates a dilemma for educators. To accurately gauge understanding, a teacher needs a method where every student can follow their thought process to completion without being cut off. This is the challenge addressed by a Project Zero thinking routine called Chalk Talk. It replaces spoken debate with a format known as a silent conversation. By removing verbal noise, Chalk Talk creates an equitable ecosystem. Collaborative writing replaces competitive talking, making the group's collective thinking visible to everyone in the room. The routine begins with physical preparation. Large chart papers featuring topical questions are placed around the room, and every student receives a marker. Before the markers touch the paper, the teacher establishes one non-negotiable rule: absolute silence. Students circulate through the room, reading the central prompts and writing their initial reactions and questions. This silence provides a specific cognitive benefit. Students are given uninterrupted time to fully form and document their thoughts, without the pressure of an immediate verbal response. During the circulation process, students rotate between different papers, absorbing various starting prompts and seeing what their peers have contributed. This initial phase physically maps the baseline of student comprehension. It captures unvarnished ideas before peer influence or verbal pressure can alter individual perspectives. The routine then shifts from individual responses to a collaborative exchange. Students stop focusing solely on the main prompt and begin reading and responding to the notes left by their peers. The teacher encourages secondary moves. Students connect ideas, elaborate on notes, and write questions for their peers. The teacher acts as a silent facilitator, pointing to connections or unresolved questions to prompt further interaction. This phase leverages a key psychological advantage. The text-based nature of the exercise provides a degree of anonymity and distance. That safety net frees up hesitant learners and introverts. They take intellectual risks and offer critiques they might normally avoid in a loud public discussion. Minute by minute, the blank chart paper fills with intersecting thoughts. By the end of the session, the paper stands as a physical map of the classroom's shared inquiry, documenting exactly where ideas overlapped and where new questions emerged. When the silence is finally broken, students return to their original stations. They review how their initial ideas have been expanded, challenged, or refined by the group. The teacher then leads a verbal debrief, treating the filled chart paper as visible data to be analyzed by the class. The discussion focuses on specific patterns, common themes that emerged across different papers, shared difficulties or puzzles, and any responses that were genuinely surprising. There is also a metacognitive layer to this debrief. Students reflect on the routine itself, describing how their own thinking shifted and developed during the silent process. Chalk Talk demonstrates the high level of engagement possible in a quiet classroom. By removing verbal noise, educators provide the structure necessary to amplify and connect the individual thoughts of every student in the room.